Hello there, welcome back to Swift Learn. It's really great you've made it to this place. So we'll be solving question 10 of the Waec 2020 further mathematics past question. So question 10 of this Waec question is the part 3 of the past question. Why we splitted it this way is we noticed that students learn better in short video than just a stretch video. It's much more easier to learn this way. So we have y equals to x square bracket 1 plus x bracket 3 divided by 2. We have to find the derivative. This is a differentiation question. So in a question like this, what method do you think is best to use? Okay, you can see it out. Okay, yes, product rule. Exactly, you have to use product rule. So using product rule, your x square is what? Yes, is u, while your the other one is 1 plus x 3 over 2 is called what? V. The product rule is dy over dx. It states that dy over dx will be equals to u dv over dx plus what? V du over dx. So the first thing you have to do is, instead of just roughing everything, get du over dx and dv over dx. So this is u, yeah, this is u. So what is du over dx first? You are differentiating u in respect to x. U is x square, so you differentiate u in respect to x to give you what? 2x. You need differentiation. If you have a certain number like x square, you bring this one down here and you subtract 1 from here. So once you bring this one down, it becomes 2x. Then this 2 minus 1, that will be 2x raised to power 1, which is what? 2x. So the same way with, we have dv over dx. Now dv over dx is not as straightforward as this. Here you see that you have a power. So once you have a power, what do? You use chain rule. So chain rule is for equations that have power. So I'm going to use chain rule specially for this, and I'm going to solve this at this corner. So in chain rule, you also substitute, represent the rule of this with a certain letter. So I'm using p for my own. So I'll write it somewhere. P equals to 1 plus x. Then if I want to differentiate, dv over dx will be equals to dv over dp times dp over dx. That's the rule. You differentiate this in respect to p, then that same p differentiate in respect to x. The rule is that, for example, let's say these two want to even cut each other like this. We cancel this. You see that you still have dv over dx. We are not doing it that way. Alright, so moving on. What is dv over dp? It means I want to differentiate this p raised to power 3 divided by 2. Okay, so differentiating this will come over here, right, according to what I said. So that will give you 3 divided by 2 p. 3 over 2 minus 1 will be 1 over 2 times what is dp. Differentiate this will give you 1. That will be 3 divided by 2. Your p is what? 1 plus x raised to power 1 over 2. So we have here will be 3 divided by 2 brackets 1 plus x raised to power what? 1 over 2. So then let's work with our figures and values here. So I'll rub this up so I can solve conveniently at this place. Oh, we still have some shadow of the former work. Alright, okay, now back to our equation. What is u? U is x squared, so you just kind of substitute. Dv over this is times 3 over 2 bracket 1 plus x 1 over 2 plus v is 1 plus x 3 over 2. What is du? Du is 2x. Alright, you don't just leave your answer like this. You have to solve it finished to get your full marks for x. So this time this will give you 3x squared 1 plus x 1 over 2 divided by 2 plus this will give me 2x bracket 1 plus x 3 over 2. So now looking at it, all right, what is common? What can we bring out? Okay. Okay, first thing I can see is x is common here. Okay, let me just bring that x out. First thing. Also, I mean that 1 plus x raised by 1 over 2 is also common. Why I say that? You can remove 1 plus x raised by 1 over 2 from here also. Like you can see 1 plus x 3 over 2. Okay, so let me write this in another color so we'll be able to quickly identify it. You can see 1 plus x bracket 3 over 2 divided by 1 plus x 1 over 2. Remember in this is, you see that will be 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2, which is 2 over 2, which is still what? 1 plus x. So you see that it can come out. So I'll have to bring this out. You get now? So let's delete the whole of this. The little rough work. So this will be 1 plus x 1 over 2. So here you have brackets. This will be 3x divided by 2. Am I right? Plus this will be 2 brackets 1 plus x. I showed you the division the other time there. You can take the video backward to get what I'm talking about in case you miss any place. So this is 3x divided by 2 plus 2x. Alright, so we have x bracket 1 plus x 1 over 2 bracket. So what is the LCM of this? Is 2. This will be 3x plus this will be 2 times this will be 4, right? Plus this 4x. Okay, so I'm sorry, I have to cancel this. Oh, this is going. Alright, you can have space for answer. So okay, what we are going to have here will be x bracket 1 plus x raised by 1 over 2 in bracket. Let's solve this finish. So 3x plus 4x is what? 7x plus 4. So I think we've gotten our final answer now. Yeah, sure, we've gotten our final answer. So what is our answer now? Our answer is, let me write it in a better way. Our answer is like x divided by 2 bracket 1 plus x 1 over 2 bracket 7x plus what? Plus 4. Yeah, that's our answer. Okay, now let's solve question 10b. It says the center of a circle lies on the line 2y minus x equals to 3. If the circle passes through 2 and 3, y cube passes 6 and 7. This represents like x1 y1, while this one is x2 y2. So this is just like the equation of the line. Though it says you find the equation, this equation is the equation of the circle, and the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2g plus 2fy plus 2fy plus c equals to what? 0. So now we want to get this. Everything is perfect, but the only problem we have is to get g, f and c. That's our main problem. G, f and c. So how are we going to get g, f and c? These x here, they are for a reason. You impute them, like you form them in the form of Samplon's equation. Put these 2 into this, you have 2 squared plus the y will be 3 squared plus 2g bracket 2 plus 2f bracket 3 plus c equals to what? 0. So I have 4 plus 9 plus 4g plus 6f plus c equals 0. So what do you expect? I have 4g plus 6f plus c equals to minus 13. That's my equation 1. Now for the equation 2, the same thing we did there. You put 6 for x, 7 for y. That will be 6 squared plus 7 squared plus 2g bracket 6 plus 2a bracket 7 plus c equals to 0. So 6 square plus 7 square is 36 plus 49. So what is 36 plus 49? That's what 85. Okay, that's 85 plus 12g plus 14f plus c equals 0. So I have 12g plus 14f plus c equals to minus 85. This equation 2. Okay, so once we get g, f and c, but if you look at it, there is no way we do it this way and get our answer. So this stuff here is not actually just there, it has a reason. Now note, at the center of a circle you have minus g and minus f. They are the negative of the a and the b. So here your y is the minus f, while your g is the what? So your x is the minus g. So what I'll do is that where I see y, I'll put minus 2f. This one is minus already. Minus bracket minus a minus g will be what? Plus g equals to 3. That means g is what? 3 plus 2f. So this is like our equation 3. Now we're going to put this 3 plus 2f, g equals 3 plus 2f inside these two equations and look at what we are going to have. So let's try that. Before we do that, let's try to clean up all this. Okay, so are we good to go? Now wherever we see g, we'll put this. So there is g here, that's 4 brackets 3 plus 2f plus 6f plus c equals to minus 13. So 4 plus this is 12 plus 8f plus 6f plus c equals to minus 13. So 8f plus 6f is 14f plus c equals to minus 25. So this is our new equation. You can call it equation 4. For this one to do the same thing, we have, okay, let's rub this off now. Okay, for this now we have 12. So don't forget, wherever you see g, I'm talking about this, you put 3 plus 2f plus 14f plus c equals to minus 85. 12 times this is 36 plus 24f plus 14f plus c equals to minus 85. Okay, 24 plus 14x is 38f plus c equals to, you have minus 85 minus 36. That's what? 38f plus c will give you minus 121. That's equation what? Equation 5. Alright, so I have to cancel this. It's a kind of long question, as you can see. Okay, so let's move on. Now what are we going to do to get this thing quick and easy? The best thing to do here is to like subtract this from each other. So subtracting this from this, we have 14f plus c equals minus 25. Or you can just make this way to formula. This will be minus 25f minus 14f. I think this is better, so we can easily get our c. So put it into this. This will be 38f. Where I see c, I have minus 25 minus 14f equals to minus 1 to 1. So 38f minus 14f is 24f. This will be minus 1 to 1 plus 25. So where is minus 1 to 1 plus 25? Okay, let me carry this here. So I have minus 1 to 1 plus 25. I'll give you what? Minus 96. So what is this divided by 24? Should be minus 4, yes. So I have 24f equals to minus 96. Then divided by 24, you have what? Minus 4. So put this minus 4 here. C will be equals to minus 25 minus 14 bracket minus 4. So I have minus 25 plus 28. So C here is what? 3. So you see we are already getting our answer little by little. So the next thing is to get, have you forgotten? Don't forget, we've not gotten G. We've not gotten G. So if you feel like maybe you've mixed it up or whatever, you can still backward the video and try to check whatever it is. So remember, we said G is equals to something. What is G equals to? Okay, you can, G is equals to 3 plus 2f. So what is f? F is minus 4. That's G equals to 3 minus 8, which is what? Minus 5. So we said our equation is x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to what? 0. As you can see, further math is not as hard as many people say, or maybe most of the teachers have deceived the students as they add something. See how easy we are taking everything. So put your g here, and that will be 2 brackets minus 5 of x plus 2a brackets minus 4 plus 3 equals to 0. So I have x squared plus y squared minus 10x minus 8y. So y should be here. So I've cleaned my stuff, so it should be y plus 3 equals to what? 0. So these are final answers. Alright, sorry, I know you've noticed a mistake I made here. Minus 14 times minus 4. If I use my calculator, it's going to be 14 times 4. Give me what? 56. So I meant to have 56. I'm really sorry. So I meant to have 56 here. So if here is 56, what will be? This will be 31. So those help me put the 1 here. Yes. So this is our final answer. So see you in question 11. Alright, question 11. We have simplified log 8 base 2 plus log 16 base 2 minus 4 log 2 base 2 divided by log 16 base 4. Now the first thing about logarithm is that once the log and the base are the same, it is always equals to 1. Like if I have 2 and 2, it will give me 1, and that's our main target. If I have log, let's say 4 and 4, it will give me 1. Why? Because 4 is same as 4 is power 1. So when this one cross over, you have 1. So always give you 1. So alright, let's make this one something like that. So you look for this 8 in the power of 3. How many 8 and 2 can you find in 8? That's 2 is power of 3. Okay, because 2 is power 3 is still 8 log. How many 2 can you find in 60? That's 2 is power 4. That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 minus this 4 log 2 and 2. This one is done already. Divided by, now for this will be 4 is power of what? 2. Alright, so let's select this and cut it out. So let's continue solving. You bring all this power down. It's among the laws of logarithm. It's possible, very much possible. When you bring them down, you have plus 4 log 2 base 2 minus 4 log 2 base 2. I think something is similar, divided by 2 log 4 base 4. If you really enjoyed this tutorial, please try to like it, comment. Anything you feel we are not doing well, please let us know. We are not satisfied, so we'll try to improve. But Thus this should be very noted, as we always improve with each tutorial we are making. We always make improvements. That's very sure. So very soon we'll be having tutorials on different topics, both in mathematics and other fields of arts and commercial. So this will be 3 times 1 plus 4 times 1 minus this 4 times 1 also divided by 2 times 1. So what do I have? You have 3 plus 4 minus 4 divided by 2. That's 3 over 2. So this is your final answer. If you want to move forward, you can also see 1 over 2. Right? So this is our final answer. Alright, question 11b. We have the first, third, seventh term of an arithmetic progression form 3 consecutive terms of a GP. If the sum of the two first terms of the GP is 6, find its first term and its common difference. Alright, just try your hand on the question. The first and the third and the seventh term of an AP forms, that means this first term here, the third term of an AP. Okay, let's start with this. And let's say we are solving our exam. I can't start this way, so I have to start the right way. First, we start with the formula for AP semicolon, or sorry, colon, for AP T of n, that's the number of terms equals to A plus n minus 1 of D. So my first term is always equals to 1. My second term will be A plus 2 minus 1 of D. That will be A plus D. My seventh term will be A plus 7 minus 1 of D. That's A plus what? 6D. So they said they form the 3 consecutive term of a GP. So there's a term is the word term TERM like this. So let's guess what of GP. Now for GP, the first term is also A. T of n in GP is ERN minus 1. Don't forget T2, because it said the 3 consecutive term. That means consecutive term means 3 means 1, 2 and 3. So that will be AR2 minus 1, which is what? AR. And the third term is AR3 minus 1, which is what? AR square. Good. So we have A plus D and A plus 6D equals AR and AR square, because it said it forms, that means they are equal to all this. Are you with me? So now the next thing is, if the sum of the first two terms of the AP, sum of first two terms of an AP means A plus D is equals to what? 6. So let's form something. This will be 2A plus D equals to what? 6. We can just put it as equation 1. So we're going to find our way through this. And you might be wondering, how are we going to solve this? But the logic here is, let's use our sword. We have area and area. Okay, if you look at it this way, this A, for example, this first term is same as this first term, the second term is same as the second term, this seventh term is same as the third term, because it said it forms here means they are equals to each other. So if I want to look at R, if I want to get area, I will say AR divided by A is will give me R, Abby. That's equals to, this is this 2, this is the 1, 2, 3 for instance. Okay, so let me use another color. With this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm using 2 over R. So moving on. Okay, so this 2 will be A plus D over what? A. So it's like 2 over 1, 2 over 1. Are you seeing it? So R here is equals to A plus D over A. Let me do another R. If I say R square, AR square divided by AR is still R. AR square divided by AR, and that will give you A plus 6D over A plus D. That's 3 over 2, 3 over 2. Are you seeing it now? So this will cancel this, this will cancel this. So R also will be A plus 6D over what? A plus D. So you can just see R equals to R. Let's cancel this first. So we can see r equals to r. So if I see r equals to r, I have a plus 6d divided by a plus d equals to a plus d divided by what? A. Then we can cross multiply. If we cross multiply, we have a plus 6d bracket a equals to a plus d, a plus d. So this will be a square plus 6ad, right? Then this will be, okay, sorry. Alright, let's solve question 11b. The question says the first, third and seventh term of an AP forms the first three consecutive term of a geometric progression if the sum of the first two terms of the AP is 6. Find the first term and this common difference. So the first thing to know is that, okay, so I omitted the word term here. There should be a word term here. So we have GP. What is GP? So what is AP? The formula for AP, T of n, is a plus n minus 1 of d. So we are told the first term, T of 1, is a, while T of 2 here means what? A plus 2 minus 1 is 3, right? Yes, that's a plus 2d. Then the seventh term, T of 7, is a plus 7 minus 1 of d. That's a plus 6d. Okay, so alright, so we are also told that they form the what? The three consecutive term of a GP. What is the formula for GP? GP is T of n equals to AR n minus what? 1. Alright, so that's to say T1 will be A as usual, while T2 will be AR2 minus 1, which is AR. T3 will be AR3 minus 1, which is what? AR square. Alright, so let's just arrange them. We have A plus 2d and a plus 6d. Form here means equals. It equals AR and what? AR square. So if I'm using another color, for example, this signify like 1, 2 and 3, like number 1, 2, 3. So I want us to note something. Like, let me just say I want to get the common ratio. That means I will say 2 divided by 1, right? That's AR divided by A. So if I'm doing 2 divided by 1, I must also do 2 divided by 1 here, equals to A plus 2D over your A. So this will cancel this. Then your R will be what? A plus 2D divided by A. So if I want to get the radius of the second one, so if I want to get the second R, that will be, when we divide AR square over AR, this we can just, you have a single R, so that's A plus 6D over A plus 2D. So R is also A plus 6D divided by A plus 2D. So we can multiply the two, like saying R equals to R, that's A plus 2D over A equals to A plus 6D divided by A plus 2D. So just cross multiply. Let me remove this. Let me remove the whole of this. Okay. So if I cross multiply, I have A plus 2D, A plus 2D, as you can see, A plus 6D. So this will be A square plus 4AD plus 4D square equals to A square plus 6AD. So this will cancel this, or if you minus them, this one cross by, it will minus. So you can have 4AD minus 6AD equals to, plus 4D square equals to 0. So this will give you minus 2AD plus 4D square equals to 0. So you can just, what is common here? D is common, right? So D bracket minus 2A plus 4D equals to what? 0. So okay, I can see my D equals 0 and my 2A plus 4D equals 0. Alright, so okay, we want to get our first term, which is A, and our common difference, which is D. Okay, but I think we've moved forward too much. Let's start from here because we don't know where we are going to. Let's just delete this first. Okay, remember that we said if the sum of the first two terms of the AP is 6, what is the first two terms of an AP? The first term of an AP is A, then the second term is plus A plus D. So they said the addition of them will give you 6. That's 2A plus D is equals to what? 6. So I can say 2A is equals to 6 minus D. So anywhere I see 2A, I can put 6 minus D. This is like my equation 1. This is like our equation 2. Alright. So let's cancel this. Okay. So moving on, we have here will be minus 2A. Okay, sorry. Let me erase this. I don't think I need this. There's no need of writing it again and again, Abby. Okay. So wherever I see 2, I have minus. This will be 6 minus D of D. I represent this with this plus 4D square equals to what? 0. So here I have minus 6D plus D square plus 4D square equals 0. That's 5D square minus 6D equals 0. So you know how you do something like this in calculation. You don't bring this one here and divide by 5. No, it's wrong. You bring what is common. D is common. You have 5D minus 6 equals 0. Good. So you can have D equals 0. 5D minus 6 equals 0. So D will be what? 6 over 5, and D will also be 0. Now we've gotten our common difference. Don't mind the fact that we got our common difference first. It does not matter. Do you get? In the exam, you can just write I. You get? Just write I. Then you write I. Just to make sure everything is balanced. Now to get E, we said you can see A is equals to 6 minus D over what? 2. So when D is 0, A will be equal to 6 minus 0 over 2, which is what? 3. When D is 6 minus 6 over 5, let's do that also. When D is 6, that's 6 minus 6 over 5 divided by 2. So what is that? Okay, now time to use our calculator. 6 minus 6 over 5 divided by 2. That's obviously 12 over 5. So our final answer is 12 over 5. So we have two answers. A is either 3 or 12 over 5. D is either 0 or what? 6 over 5. So that's our final answer. See you in question 12. Alright, let's move to question 12. Question 12 says an association is made up of 8 farmers and 8 traders. If an executive body of 4 members is to be formed, find the probability that it will consist of at least 2 farmers. So the question, this is a probability question, 12A of Federal Mathematics Waec 2020. So we have 6 farmers and 8 traders, and they are to form a member, that's an executive body of 4 members. That means 4 members must be formed. So what we have to do is that probability that we have at least 8 and 2 farmers will be, that's probability of at least 2 farmers. That is going to be probability of when you have 2 farmers plus probability of when you have 3 farmers plus probability of when you have what? 4 farmers. Now we are going to, you might be wondering that why don't we stop at 6 farmers? But remember the question says we want to form an executive body of 4 members, and you have to have at least 2 farmers. That means you can have 2 farmers or more. Alright, Alright, moving on. So how are we going to solve this question? First, let's do it separately. If I want to get the probability of at least, that means 2 farmers must be on the team. The thing is that we actually have a total of 14 people for the association, but the question now says, okay, you must have 2 farmers that will be formed from these people. And this is a combination word problem, and also it involves probability. So that's, remember, probability is the number of the required outcome divided by the number of possible outcome. So now, what is the required outcome? Required outcome is that we want to form a 4-member group, but we must have 2 farmers. So that will be what? 6 combination what? 2 multiplied by, now we have 8 traders to left. So if we form 2 farmers from the executive body, the remaining will go to the what? The trader. The trader is, that will be 8 combination 2. Now in combination, when you say combination, it means you are forming 2 out of what? 6 farmers. Combination here represents formation, the way permutation represents arrangement. So now the possible outcome is the total number of people that can be formed. The total number of people that can be formed will be 6 plus 8 is what? 14. Combination, we said we should form a 4-member group, that will be 4. So we want to form 4 groups from what? From 14 people. But then we said 2 must be from what? Farmers. That's why we say x equals to 2. So once you do this in your calculator, let's look at what we are going to have. So this is our calculator. So we start with 6 combination 2. You can also use your calculator along 8 combination 2 here. Then we have 14 combination 4. What is our final answer? Yes, our answer is 60 divided by 143. Remember that we are doing at least 2 farmers, so we are going to do for when we have 3 farmers in the formation. So I think you should have guessed what it should be. That will be 6 combination 3. There must be 3 farmers on the team. Maybe it's an association of traders and farmers. I mean, it might be a trader and a farmer association. That's why it's like this. So here there's a partiality. They said we must have 3 farmers on the team. Then the rest should go for the traders, right? That will be 8 combination 1 divided by the possible outcome is 14 combination 4. So we'll go back to our calculator. So I have, okay, let me take this here. So we have, this is combination 1, right? So we have 3 here. So what should that be? That is 160 divided by 1001. 160 divided by 1001. So the next thing, the probability of when x equals to 4, because they said at least 2, that's from 2 to 4, that will be 6 combination 4, because 4 must be on the team. 8 combination what now? Okay, you can guess that yes, it will be combination 0, because you can't have more than 4 members. Maybe they want to form an executive group, so you can't have more than 4 members. So that will be 8 combination 0. Then there will be 14 combination 4. Alright, using our calculator here. So what are we going to have here? This will be 0, right? So we are going to have okay, we are going to have so here will be 6 combination 4, as you can see that. So yes, combination 0. Then we have 4 combination 4. So that's 15 divided by 1001. Now, so to get the probability of at least 2 farmers will be 60 divided by 143 plus 160 divided by 1001 plus 15 divided by 1001. So what is going to be our final answer? Okay, we are going to rub this off, so let's rub this off so we can get our final answer. Alright, so the probability we are looking for that's probability of at least 2 farmers will be, okay, let's put it in our calculator here. So for our calculator, we want to have 60 divided by 143 plus 160 divided by 1001 plus 15 divided by 1001 also. So what is our final answer? Our final answer is 85 divided by 143. So our final answer is 85 divided by 143. So this is our final answer. We'll be solving question 12b now. Alright, question 12b. The probability of an accident occurring in a given month at factory XYZ are 1 over 5, 1 over 12 and 1 over 6 respectively. Find the probability that the accident will occur in none of the factories. This is also a probability question. How are we going to do this? First, the BI question says probability that it will occur in none of the factories means probability it will not occur in Y, it will not occur in Z, it will not occur in X, it will not occur in Y, and it will not occur in Z. So first thing, let's write our probabilities. Probability of X here is 1 over 5. Probability of Y is 1 over 12, and probability of Z is 1 over 6. So if I want to say the probability of it is not X, that means the accident will not occur at X, will be 1 minus 1 over 5. That's the rule of probability. If something, for example, if I say something will occur and the thing is 1 over 2, probability that it will not occur will be 1 minus 1 over 2. If I say something will occur and it is 1 over 3, if I say it will not occur, it will be 1 minus 1 over 3. So it is as straightforward as that. So okay, moving on. 1 minus 1 over 5 is 4 over 5. That's probability of not Y is 1 minus 1 over 12, and that's 11 over 12. Probability of it is not Z, we use this bar to signify it is not, is 1 minus 1 over 6, which is what? 5 over 6. So for our I question, probability of none of the factories, that will be equals to what? That's probability of bar X times probability of bar Y times probability of what? Bar Z. So that will be 4 over 5 times 11 over 12 times 5 divided by 6. So what will be our answer if we use our calculator? So using our calculator now, we have 4 over 5 multiplied by 11 over 12 multiplied by 5 over 6. So what would that be? So our final answer is 11 over 18. So for the next question, there's 11 over 18. So for the next question, II, we have probability of all the factories. That means accidents will occur in all the factories. So if accident will occur in all the factories, we probability of X, Y is there, because they told us that for an accident to occur in factory X, it is 1 over 5. So probability of all the factory, probability of X times probability of Y times probability of what? Z. So that will be 1 over 5 times 1 over 12 times 1 over 6. So I think you should get that 5 times 12 is 60 times 6, that's 360. So now let's calculate. I want us to leave this place here, so I'm going to rub this off. Alright, so now the probability, that's III, probability that at least one factory that will be equals to, so okay, I want to rub this off. Let's rub this because like what we'll be doing might be kind of much. Okay, so probability of at least one factory means, let me just explain this. It means in XYZ one of them must have accident. That's why we're going to be doing probability of let's say x, then y we know, y we not have accident, z we not have accident, plus probability of let's say x will have accident, y will have what again, z will not have, plus probability of, you say, remember the word at least one, that means at least one, at least two, and then three. At least one means we have three things. It means you are going to do for one if one of them will have accident, you are going to do for two, and you are going to do for when the three of them have an accident. So looking at this, the list will be so long. Like you are going to have probability of maybe, okay, x does not have an accident, y does not have an accident, then z has an accident, plus probability of, you now start doing it. Maybe we have at least one, that means this and this, then not of z, plus probability of you have not of x, then y and z, like that. So the list is very very long. Okay, let me try to finish it. Then you have probability of let's say, okay, you have x, y, and that of z. Sorry, this is a mistake. Okay, so you have like probability of, then everybody add an accident, all of them add an accident. So this is very long. So instead of doing this very long method, though you might get the same answer, the best thing is just to do, they said at least one, right? That means if they say at least one, that means it should be one minus, okay, let's say none of them had an accident. Just like if they say at least two people had an accident, it's going to be one minus, okay, maybe two people did not have an accident. So if they say at least one, it means the opposite is that, okay, let's say none of them had an accident. You get? So probability of none of them had an accident is bar x, bar z, and bar what z. That will be 1 minus, alright, remember what you have, that's why I did not rub this off, 4 over 5 times 11 over 12 times 5 over 6. So if you multiply this with a calculator, okay, I think you've done this, but this is 1 minus 11 over 18. So what will be this? That will be 7 divided by 18. That's our final answer. Alright, we've come to the end of this video. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe if you really love what we are doing, to encourage us. Thank you. Bye.